I see demand for 25 gig and 50 gig PON evolving definitely over time. First, really to address enterprise applications, and also we're seeing more operators using 25 gig to start to protect their own markets right now. And we expect that operators are also going to adopt 50 gig PON for the same reasons. Look, there's no stopping bandwidth growth. We know that. And even if there's been a slowdown in current usage and demand cycles, it's going to return. And so operators are always thinking about, how do I stay ahead? And I always say this, fear of missing out and fear of not being there with your competitor in terms of equivalent speeds and latency is a big driver for continuing to upgrade to those kind of speeds. As the demand, I think, for 25 gig grows, I think operators are going to be very strategic about where they deploy 25 gig. And so that's also going to mean upgrades also to their aggregation networks, to their BNGs or their broadband network gateways to support the higher throughput, the higher speeds, the reduction in latency that those kind of services and speeds provide. So there are a lot of considerations that operators have to have. Again, the competitive factor is a major driver, and where they deploy it, which use cases are going to be the immediate driver, and then how do they deploy it also ultimately to residential customers to stay ahead of their competition. Some of the drivers that I see for 25 gig today are, again, enterprise services. So we see a lot of telcos now trying to take back business customers that they may have lost over the years to cable operators. And they're coming back now with a symmetric 10 gig service using that 25 gig PON technology. Again, as the competition increases and we get more and more operators kind of fighting for a smaller group of subscribers, and you get now a choice between 2 or 3 different operators, 25 gig is going to be used to differentiate yourself on the residential side as well. Longer term, 50 gig, I think it just extends those type of use cases. And then with 50 gig, you start to consider applications like mobile backhaul, front haul technologies as well, mid haul even. So those start to become possibilities, and certainly you take advantage of the same optical distribution network and having passive elements in the network to really improve overall sustainability and reduce your operational costs. I think Nokia is obviously very well positioned, doing market share, doing reports every quarter. We know where Nokia sits. It's a leader in the PON access market, and has been a leader not just in terms of the number of customers, but in how the company helps to propel those customers forward and gives them flexibility and options and a roadmap, a very clear roadmap for moving from XGS today, or GPON today, XGS, and 25 gig, 50 gig, 100 gig even. And so operators know that they've got a partner, a trusted partner that they can continue to work with, and with platforms that they know are going to be supported. Nokia is not going anywhere, and so I think that's a critical factor in how Nokia helps these operators continue to evolve.